Okay, I think both of you guys have a lot of energy. Okay, but as VP Finance, I have to ask a money question. I kind of want to give both of you guys a brain teaser. Okay, I want you guys to answer in 25 seconds as best as you can. So you have a budget to create for 101 week, okay? But you've got the paper version, but there's a load of cash that is going through during 101 week. So before I start with Tarek, I'm just going to give you a situation. You have your first table, your first day. Okay, you've got a president and you've got a VP Finance. How do you manage all the cash? Tarek, go.
How do I start? So the situation is we have a bunch of
Here,
cash.
Okay, so one of the big problems in 101 week, okay, is that you're managing a lot of cash.
Right.
Okay, and since you're VP Social, you're responsible to actually get that cash and put it in that bank account, right?
Here's
So you have to work. Well, I don't want to spoil it, but I just want to. As a VP Finance person, I want to make sure controls are okay.
Right.
So I just want to make sure. What's your first gut instinct? Okay, so.
Okay.
Well, you guys both thought about it.
But
Okay,
so sorry, just
Wait. I'll clarify.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so it's
I'm confused.
This is so much time.
This is so much. Too much money.
I understand you.
Reed's gonna
I
clarify.
got you.
Go ahead.
Okay, so basically, he's just concerned because VP Finance can't always be there. So the president and the VP Finance and the social are the ones who mainly deal with the money during the week. VP Social is very consumed with the events, whereas president and finance takes more of a back seat, and they deal with more of the finance and the logistics part of it. So basically, what steps are you going to take to make sure that we follow, or not Carl and I, but the president and the finance follow the steps to make sure that the money is allocated properly? Are you going to follow? Like, what are you going to do as VP Finance? No, not allocated, but like done with
taking responsibility.
Yes. So what are you going to do? Because technically, all of 101 week is under VP Social, and then there's other people who play a part. So VP Finance and President, but you are the main person on that. So what are you going to do, and what process are you going to take to ensure that that money is taken care of responsibly in a timely manner?
This is tricky.
I've never had a question like this, so I'm going to go off what
1, 2,
I
3,
know.
go.
So my past event experience is I've done with ticket sales a lot. It's been one of my main jobs is to collect all the money. Whoever's in charge of ticket sales, whether it's me or someone else, is definitely getting a recount of that money and putting guidelines for people to know what to do with that money. You'll be put in situations where money is going to be lost, 100%. I'm not doubting you now. But you need to form guidelines for people to know what to do in those situations.
Okay, stop.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
That's
Thank
probably
you.
the best thing I can come up with.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell after.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna tell us the answer after
Yeah.
this? Okay. I can go? Can I?
Go.
Alright, so I was cash manager of my hometown food land, woohoo! But like a big thing is having all that money sitting in front of you, so making sure that they know that maybe like they should take some out and put it somewhere else kind of thing. I'm really not too sure what to do with this question, I'm not gonna lie. But again, making sure that they're informed, like the president and finance of what they're supposed to do.
So my main question is, both of you kind of had, on the larger scheme of things of planning 101 week, you both kind of had smaller roles in terms of being a guide or being a captain. So now how do you think you're going to go from being that mindset of you're having fun with the 101ers to having fun with the 101ers, but also being responsible for the entire event?
Sorry, can you repeat that question?
So,
Sorry, go. Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
no worries. Basically, how do you think you've become more responsible over the past year from being a guide to being the guide as well as the event planner for the whole thing?
Okay, that's fine. So as you all know, again, Chloe emphasized that unfortunately I got my bracelet cut. It was definitely a big issue, and it was unfortunate that it happened, but I've honestly learned a lot through both Casco and TMA, holding the social events for almost both. It's definitely a learning curve, 100%, but definitely I've honestly learned a lot through responsibility and how to take towards people's actions, and I honestly am fit for this role, 100%. It's my passion and my dream to do. I don't know if that answered your question, but
More or less.
So 101 week was one of the biggest highlights of my university experience so far, getting to interact with the guides. Again, that's why I became involved. And then I applied to be a guide, and Channing asked me if I could be a captain. And so I guess this is kind of like the next stepping stone that I'm kind of working my way up, and I want to be able to have an awesome organizing committee with me and everyone working together to oversee everything, and I'm very excited.
Sarah touched up on it a bit, but as you know, there are a lot of fourth years that do apply as becoming a guide, and like you saw last year, it was a lot of the fourth years that got their basic cuts. You know, what as you guys as VP Social would try and like implement so that the fourth years don't get discouraged or unmotivated to be doing a guide and like not try and drink to have more fun and stuff like that. I know she said more info sessions on the guides to really show what are the consequences. You as being one of the people that got a basic cut can really give your experience, but is there anything else that you guys would do, like plan guide parties an hour or 2 hours before? Like, is there something that you guys have to try and motivate those fourth years, because those are the ones that are more likely to do something stupid because it is their fourth years, and like we've seen, like they don't really give a exactly.
Can I go first about that? All right. So yeah, I touched on it before. In the end, if they're gonna drink, they're gonna drink. I can say it 10 times. I can say it 99 times. But I think if they understand the consequences of doing so, and even having team bonding, like guide bonding and stuff beforehand, so they understand they don't need to drink to have fun, and that we can all have fun as a group. I think that's super, super important. And being able to pick responsible guides, I think that's another key.
So my experience on this, obviously, I've heard from Anne-Marie specifically, President SFUO right now. The big issue with the drinking is not because they're scared that a guide is going to do something wrong, or obviously if they're belligerent, etc. But it's the insurance policy. And as all of you know, the first day you walked into one-on week and you saw that first event, I hope all of you did one-on week, you had that big smile on your face, or that commitment that you want to do something good. She touched base on the reason why they don't want you to drink is because of insurance purposes. It's nothing more than that big picture and you being responsible for others. So it's definitely knowing the consequences behind those actions, and really, as Sarah said, picking responsible people as a whole.
Thank you. Kiki?
Then, would you put an advantage to people who are already involved in a club, and what kind of application process are you going to put forward? Actually, if Sarah could answer first.
Sure. So essentially, I do think it is important to have people who are involved, guides and captains, not 101ers, because they do give their experience in extracurriculars, but I also do think it's important that everyone does have a fair shot. So I really enjoyed the way Channing did it last year. He said, do something to wow me. I personally made a video, a fun music video kind of thing. And if I open that up and see that there's other people who are really, really wanting to get involved, maybe they haven't had an opportunity yet, especially maybe first years who didn't know how to get involved and they really want to have the opportunity to be a guide. If they do something that absolutely wows me, I might kind of consider them. But another thing too is that we want to have different people's perspectives in the different clubs and know and tell the one-on-oneers how they can get involved kind of thing. So I definitely keep it open, if that makes sense.
Thank you.